Shalom, call Lord Yahweh Bashem El Shai. Double honors to my teachers, start with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and all the men of that respectfully. Yahweh Bashem El Shai Barakatham, to you sincere Akim and Akwathium, that believe in this thing in sincerity. So just back with another quick video, because I mentioned in the previous video that I did concerning I did a video based on this guy, the angry prepper, and basically some predictions to look out for in this year of 2021. Some of the things to look out for and to be on the watch. And one of the things that he mentioned in the video, concerning I think it's the New York Assembly Bill 416, if I'm not mistaken, and which basically, it goes into these detention centers that they want to start. They want to get involved with, sure enough, because some of the elders that I watch, they did videos going into this article here that I got pulled up. It says the C virus, or the Crown Royal camps. And if you don't know by now, a lot of the elders, and some of us, all of us, we got to pretty much use these code words because YouTube picks up on the algorithms. All right. And brothers' pages are getting shut down left and right. Videos are getting flagged and taken down and things of that nature. So we, if we got it, if you see us using code words, that's why. All right. But again, it says the Crown Royale camps put disease carriers in detention centers. Proposed New York law suggests. And again, I think yeah, this pretty much like I mentioned, the New York Assembly Bill 416, or this is what kind of goes into it. It says a New York State lawmaker has introduced a bill that would allow the government to detain people deemed a potential public health risk amid concerns that the C-19 crisis is being allegedly used to usher in authoritarianism. All right. Because again, by now, man, even people that aren't in the truth, and people with some type of common sense know and understand that this whole crisis has been a perfect scapegoat for these elites, the elites of this world, to usher in this so-called New World Order that the elites, what they want to accomplish. All right, it's the perfect scapegoat. All right, but with that being said, with all this information coming out, these elites, man, they've been doing a lot of damage control. All right, calling people that mindset, conspiracy theories and things of that nature. So now, they're again, it's all damage control. All right. Because earlier, well, sometime in the latter part of 2020, all right, there was talks about rounding up anti-maxers, all right, and people that spoke against the vaccines and things of that nature, all right, because soon, man, they're gonna push the propaganda out even more. People talking against the vaccines and all this other stuff, all right, they're gonna be deemed public enemies, all right. But reading on, it says, authored by a Democratic member of the New York State Assembly, Nick Perry, Bill A-4116 calls for the removal and or detention of individuals who are identified as a case, contact, or carrier of a contagious disease. All right. And then being that, this whole C virus is mutated. All right. Just like in the movie Songbird. All right. If you, again, if you see brothers, the elders that I watch, man, if you see them, continuously mentioning that movie, all right. Again, because I highly encourage you to check out that movie. All right, there's a lot of things that are relevant to that movie, to what's going on now, and possibly what could go down in the future. All right, one of those things being these quarantine zones. All right, these concentration centers that they had set up in the movie. All right, because in the movie, and, dealing with this virus that plagued the world. Supposedly, it mutated. It was different stages of it, and it got to a point where it advanced in so much that it got to a point where it was airborne. So people who didn't have the immunity passes, all right, they had to stay in whatever establishment that they were, they were at. No matter where they were at, unless you had the immunity pass, you couldn't leave your establishment, all right, or they'll haul you off to these concentration camps, all right. So again, you can see more and more how this is going to become more and more relevant to real life, all right, because it's no secret that the elites, they put their plans, their goals and agendas in these movies, all right. Like I always say, just like the prophets, you got prophets on the right hand that tell, because a prophet is just a prophet just tells things before they happen, all right. And just like you have the prophets on the right hand, all right, the elites of this world, they have their own little, wicked, basically they're prophets on the left hand, these movie directors and things of that nature. They put a lot of their goals and agendas. They put the truth in plain sight, basically. All right, in these movies and these video games and things of that nature. All right, so again, that's why I highly encourage, if you haven't already, to check out that movie Songbird. All right, but it says such person or group of persons shall be detained in a medical facility or other appropriate facility or premises. All right, concentration camps. All right, because America, man, is set up in 10 different FEMA zones. All right, and when it's all said and done, and you know, when Esau sends them troops in, right, and they start kicking in doors and things of that nature, when they come down with that great wrath, all right, you know, um, don't be surprised, man, because like we've been saying, start with the apostles and elders and all the men on down for years, all right. The time is going to come, man, when they're going to start coming through and kicking doors in and hauling people off to these detention centers and things of that nature, and these things have to constantly be reiterated because, um, you know, we say these things, man, and we say these things, and people, they pretty much laugh us to scorn, because they don't believe it. They think that these things are far fetched. They think these things are too far fetched, that these things couldn't happen. All right, because individuals still believe in the so-called constitutional rights. All right, and things of that nature. And people are about to soon find out that those that piece of paper, man. All right, it's gonna mean nothing in the very near future. All right, you're about to find out soon that you don't have no quote unquote rights. All right, especially you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. All right, but reading on, it says the sweeping powers will be employed in the event of the state government declaring a health emergency due to an epidemic of any communicable disease. The bill proposes. All right. The legislation states that the government must provide clear and convincing evidence that the health of others is in danger before ordering a person or group to be detained. So you see, because again, you got a lot of people that are, again, with all this information coming out, I got a lot of people, man, they're not going to be with taking the vaccines. All right, almost, if I'm not mistaken, um, there's been some articles that have come out concerning these surveys that they've done, and basically, like 40%, almost half of the U.S. population, man, they're not going to be with taking that vaccine. All right, and again, I mean, because it's just all the more justification to you know, bring in the medical martial law, because that's how it can start, little by little, because they're not gonna really come out directly and say if you don't take the vaccine, then pretty much we can lock you up and things of that nature. They're more so gonna do, or they more so could do things indirectly. All right, like certain establishments, just like with with the face mask, not having a face mask, you can't enter into certain establishments. All right, and that can very well progress to with these vaccines, because they're already talking about certain airlines requiring you to have the vaccine, all right, the C pass, all right. Certain venues, concerts and sports arenas are requiring it, or are going to start requiring it. Ticketmaster, all right, and even now more so, employers are, looks like they're going to start, coming around with this idea of requiring employees to have this vaccine, all right. And I was going to do a video on it. In fact, let me see if I already have it. Yep. And I probably won't read the old article just for the sake of time, but I was going to do a separate video on it, but I'll go ahead and break it out in this video. It says Dr. Fauci says mandatory C19 vaccines possible for schools and travel. So you see, because again, they're not going to just come out directly, and mandate it, all right, with concerning these vaccines, and they can more so, you know, put the squeeze, man, the pressure, all right, more so indirectly. Like I said, the examples that I use, certain sports arenas and venues, all right, going into, your local grocery stores and things of that nature, all right. You can't have, you can't conduct business in society, without the C pass, all right. Just like in the movie with the songbird, keep using that as an example. People weren't able to leave their establishments wherever they were at unless they had the immunity pass, all right. They had curfews and things of that nature. So this is how they're going to put the tights. This is how they're going to put the squeeze on people to get them to force them to comply. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to read this video, but Lord's will, I remember. I'll put the link in the description to this article in case you want to check it out. But going back to this, all right, and like I said, these things have to constantly be reiterated because again, you got people that believe that this is not a thing. The people think that the government they can't do this, you know. And again, these people, man, they're like I always say, man, they're in for a rude awakening. They're about to find out very soon that that piece of paper that you call your constitutional rights, man, all right, it's going to be soon void. It's going to be worthless. It already is worthless, but nevertheless, going back to this article, it says the legislation states that the government must provide clear and convincing evidence that the health of others is in danger before ordering a person or group to be detained. Because again, people that don't want to take the vaccine, man, they can be deemed, a threat to society. All right, because they want to, pretty much vaccinate the mass majority of the population, herd immunity, all right, and because they're going to use the argument, or they could use the argument that listen, man, because even when now, they've been saying that even if you take the vaccine, all right, you still gotta wear the face mask, you still gotta social distance, you still gotta do all these things, and be under these, be under draconianism, be under these draconian laws, all right, and they can propose that again, these people that don't want to take the vaccine, man, these are the reason why we still gotta do these things. We still gotta push these laws, these legislations, these unrighteous decrees because of these people. All right, these conspiracy theorists, these nut jobs. All right, they're the problem. So you see, and again, I mean, for people that don't want to take the vaccine, which you shouldn't, just put that out there. If you are a true believer in the doctrine of Yahweh Shemel Shai, you shouldn't take the vaccine. All right, which is on another note, this is why they're going to come after the saints. All right, the Israelites. Because more so with Great Millstone. All right, which let me just put this out there, just to clear up any confusion, like I often do. I'm not a part of Great Millstone. I'm not a part of any camps. All right. But the spirit is on me to do these videos to hopefully, Lord's will, feed and edify the flock of Yahweh Shem Shah, because that's what it's about at the end of the day. I learned, I study under the doctrine of Great Millstone, which is why I give double honors to the apostles and elders and all the men on down. But I'm not a part of Great Millstone. I'm not a part of any camps. So I just want to put that out there. But Yeah, even more so with Great Millstone, because Great Millstone is the only camp really that really pushes these things heavy. Not taking the vaccine, not taking the mark, which is the RFID chip. All right. Um, but where was I at? It says people being removed will have the right to legal representation and are allowed to supply the telephone numbers of friends or family to receive notification of the individual's detention. It says the law apparently allows the governor or health official to literally approve such detentions, but a court order is required within 60 days of confinement, and judicial review is also required if the individual is still in detention after 90 days. Yeah, because again, let's say you get locked up, man. They have you in there for whatever amount of time. All right. Um, you know, let's say you're in there for 10 days. Which the scriptures talk about. All right. It says that in Revelations, which I'm gonna get that. But 10 days, which it doesn't literally mean 10 days. 10 is just like the number 7 is just a it's a number of completion. All right, so you can be in there for whatever amount of days. You can be in there a month, might be only be in there for a few days. We don't know necessarily, needless to say. But however long you're in there, let's just say 14 days. And you quarantine 14 days in one of these detention centers. They can come to you and offer you to take the max, and you refuse. They can hold you in there another 14 days or whatever the case may be. you know they can hold you in there until you decide to get the vaccine. All right. um keep losing my place, Salakia. It says citizens that are placed in detention will be released once health authorities determine that they are no longer contagious, the proposed law states. The bill also allows the governor or relevant health authorities to require people deemed potential health risks to submit to medical examinations as well as undergo a prescribed course of treatment, preventative medication, or vaccination. All right. And again, you refuse that, man, they could just hold you in there, and only the Most High knows, because these people being the devil, all right, I mean, only the Most High knows, once they come through with these concentration camps, because again, all right, like the apostles and others have been saying, there will be, these detention centers, these concentration camps, all right, and it will come to a point where, man, this thing is real, all right, and once it fully comes around and it's in full effect, all right, only the Most High knows what's going to be going down, all right. People are going to be getting raped, and a lot of people are going to end up dying in those concentration camps, all right. Um, it says the law does not specifically, or Slakia, because I was going to say, um, like I said, once they're in full effect, all right, and it's for real, it's live, all right. People, man, again, um, ain't no telling what they can be, what they're gonna do, because like I said, the Jake, man, they're gonna be fucking Jake up in those camps, all right, torture tactics and things of that nature, all right. You know, you read throughout time, man, like during the time of the Maccabees, when you read throughout the Maccabees, you read about Antiochus, all right, and the torture tactics, all right, that he was the hell that he was putting on Jake, all right. You read about the mother and her 7 sons, you know, how each one of them, they were getting sawed in, getting their tongues cut out their mouths and scalped. One of the young sons got scalped, and another got chopped up. His limbs got chopped off and fried in the frying pan. All right. These, and that same spirit is back today. All right. And again, because Jake, man, once they start doing these things, man, once they start coming through, all right, Jake, they're gonna be fucking Jake up, you know. Um, but again, because they can anything to get you to take that vaccine, man. They're gonna be using all type of fear tactics, torture tactics. All right. And a lot of Jake's going to end up folding in there, and this is why the scriptures talk about how it talks about the hour of temptation, man, because we're all, hey, man, if anyone's telling you that you're not going to be tempted, all right, then, I would behoove you, like I always do, man, you get away from those people, man, because again, concerning Great Millstone, man, they're really the only camp that really pushes these things. They tell you, the truth of the matter, All right, because a lot of these camps, man, they're on some bullshit, man. They're not giving you the facts, man. They're not giving, getting into these breakdowns and things of that nature. All right, they're not telling you about these things. Jacob's trouble. All right. But these things, man, it's gonna be a like I said, man, these things are gonna be, we're assuming we're gonna be in it. All right, it's gonna be in our face, you know. But it says the law does not specifically mention, I almost said the word. The law does not specifically mention the C virus. It says on this website, Paris says A4116 relates to the removal of cases, contacts, and carriers of communicable diseases who are potentially dangerous to the public health. It says, in fact, the Democratic lawmaker introduced a nearly identical bill during the 2015/16 legislation session, but it appears to have gone nowhere. The current iteration of the proposed law will be reviewed by the Assembly's Health Committee next week. Although the legislation is still a long way off from adoption, it caused considerable consternation on social media. All right. So, nevertheless, man, matter of fact, I'll go ahead and finish it out. It's not too much longer. Yeah, I'll finish it out. It's not that long. Not that much. It says, I knew Cuomo was a bit of an authoritarian, anti-Semite, but I never thought the state would go literal Nazi. Conservative commentator. Just go ahead and jump on down. Just skim through this. It says the governor has previously been accused of imposing draconian law crackdowns. So you see that word draconian. All right, let me go ahead and get this real quick. All right, because again, more and more, this is how they're going to issue their goals, their agendas, what they want to do, their plans. All right, through draconianism. All right. Of course, I quoted Isaiah 10 and starting at verse 1. All right, unrighteous decrees. You got Daniel's 8:25 going into their policy. But where's that at? Revelations. Damn, where's that at? I think that's 13. Revelations 13. Revelations 13. Let me see if this is because again, this is where you get the word draconian from. If I'm not mistaken, that word dragon, all right, dracon, right?
Strong's G 1404. Dracon.
Or Draco, all right, which that was during the basically during the Greek the time of the Greeks, all right. This individual, he was known for his harsh set of laws, all right. Draconian laws. That's where they get this, with these whole draconian measures. All right, this is where it goes back to. All right, you can look into that history. All right, he was an Athenian lawgiver, and he was known for his strict set of laws. All right. So let me go ahead and read this. It says, Revelations 13:11. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb. So they speak like they're for the people. All right, they tell you what they tell the people what they want to hear. All right, but again, in his heart is war, and in his heart he's plotting destruction. All right, it says, and he spake as a dragon. All right, again, those draconian laws and those draconian measures, and very soon, man, little by little, more and more, you're gonna start seeing these people. You're gonna start seeing that dragon speak. All right, because again, go ahead and. Because man, this precept, man, and the elders that are watching, they continuously bring this out and quote it. But more and more, this is becoming relevant. Revelations 12:12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants." And again, being that the Apostle Elder Tahar pretty much coined this year, the hastening. All right, so we see these things coming to pass, man. We're happy. We get excited through the Spirit. Let these devils do what they got to do, man. Because as they make their moves, all right, the Lord is going to make his move. All right. Because once they do come in, this is what we got to understand. Once they do come in, and once they start making their moves and whatever the case may be, all right, we know and understand that Yahweh Shemashah is going to lift up that standard. All right. So we encourage it, man. Let these devils do what they got to do. All right. Because also on another note, this place needs to be judged. These wicked people, these 2/3 Jakes, they need to be judged. All right. All the hell and persecution of the saints. All right. Jake, it'd be our own people that be giving us hell for the most part. These people, they need to be judged. And once we start seeing judgment, all right, don't we're not gonna feel bad for anyone, any of these people. The help of these people, you know. But it says, "Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil." And this is not talking about some red, spiritual demon, some red being sitting, in the middle of the earth, the bottom of the earth, with a pitchfork at some gates, poking. That this is not what it's talking about. All right, this is talking about the physical counterpart of Satan, which is this so-called white man, Esau, Edom. All right, because when you go to, I can just put it up real quick. Devil just means goes back to diablos, which just means deceiver. All right.
Strong's G 1228. Diabolos. Diabolos.
Diablos. So you see, let me see, because I don't know if it's off. The definition here is off. Concerning this definition of Diablos, prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely. Yeah, because also Esau is known. There's another part of the Bible that talks about he's the accuser. He is the accuser of our brethren. All right, that's Esau. All right, accusing falsely, accumulator, false accuser, slanderer, applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of God, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. All right, but basically, again, because when you go deeper into that word diablos, all right, it goes into deceiver, which these are pretty good definitions for it. All right, but again, that's referring to the physical counterpart, which is Esau, Edom. All right, and that's what they're getting ready to do once they come down with the great wrath. Reading on from this verse, it says, "The devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time." So you see, so more and more, man, because again, once they come through with that great wrath, man, all right, they're not gonna be playing around, man. Like I said, they're gonna be kicking doors in and snatching people up and separating families and hauling people off, man. Some individuals are gonna get executed on spot. All right, so this is what's coming. This is what's in store. All right, because again, the elites of this world, they know that the majority of the people, man, they're not gonna they're gonna buck up, man. They're gonna buck up against this new world order. They know this, so this is why they're getting ready. Little by little, man, through gradualism. All right. Um, so reading on, it says, the governor has previously been accused of imposing draconian crackdowns of New York City's Jewish community, which has resisted of the many of the C-19 restrictions imposed across the state. This is a conspiracy theory, like many other things. 9 to 10 months ago, noted a similar outraged Twitter user. It says this is the first time that the New York State lawmakers have been accused of promoting naked authoritarianism. Last month, Manhattan Democrat Linda Rosenthal introduced legislation that makes C-19 vaccines compulsory in certain situations. It was specified later that any such mandate would apply to all individuals or groups of individuals who, as shown in clinical data, are proven to be safe to receive such vaccine. All right, so again, all in all, man, expect concentration camps. Like I said, like we've been saying, start with the apostles and elders. All right, detention centers, man, they're on the way, and I'll go ahead and get that. Because again, man, the scriptures, man, they prophesy these things, man. They talk about these things. All right, certain of us are going to get locked up and locked up in these concentration camps, man. It's going to be a testament to our faith. What are you going to do? All right. Let me get this. So, Revelations 3 and verse 10, it says, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. All right, and then the time is coming for each and every one of us. All right, where we're all going to be faced and put in a position to where we're going to have to make a choice in either getting down with the new world order and the beast system and pledging allegiance to Esau, more so the mark of the beast, accepting the mark of the beast, which is the RFID microchip, or you're going to pledge your allegiance to Yahweh Shem Shai. All right. The time is coming for all of us. This hour of temptation, all right, it's knocking on the front door. All right, but let me go back. Revelations 2 is where it's at. Revelations 2 and 10. It says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Yeah, because again, you got these camps talking about there's not gonna be a Jacob's trouble, man, and all these things, man. You got Israelite camps that make fun of Great Millstone, man. Because of the doctrine that's taught within Great Millstone. All right, and they're gonna be the main ones to get folded. All right, they're gonna be the main ones to get made out. All right. Because again, a lot of these, once these prophecies start coming to pass, and there's, they start really manifesting themselves through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, a lot of these people in these Israelites in these other camps, man, they're going to start leaving these camps. They're going to start questioning their leaders and whatnot. It's already happening on a low level. All right, but once the suffering starts really, starts touching people, man. All right, the scriptures say, then will these people know that a prophet have been among them. Then they're gonna know. All right, those guys weren't conspiracy theorists. Those guys weren't crazy, But by then, for the majority of those people, man, it's going to be too late for them. But it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. And again, that's not the physical, that's not talking about some spiritual red longhorn demon that's just sitting at the gates of hell, all right, with the pitchfork. That's just talking about the accuser of the brethren, all right, Esau, Edom, all right, because they're going to come up with all type of propaganda and lying and witchcraft, all right, to pretty much again, deem the Hebrew Israelites the cause of all these, the problem of all these the causes of all these problems, somehow, some way. All right, the persecution of the saints. All right, it says, behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. All right, so you see those concentration camps. All right, these detention centers. Some of us are, it's written that some of us, that's going to be some of our lots. Some of us are going to get locked up. It says, and that ye may be tried. So again, because it's, because once these things really start coming in full effect, man, don't bug out, man. And I know it's easier said than done. All right, but because it's natural, the flesh is going to react one way, but that's when the spirit has to kick in, man. And that's when you're really going to have to display your faith, and really put your trust in Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai. And if you don't know by now, Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father, who the world ignorantly calls God. And Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son, who is soon coming to deliver the saints. Which again, the world would ignorantly call Jesus. All right, because during that time, Jesus, Joshua, Yahuwah, all right, those names aren't going to deliver you from whatever circumstances that you may face. Knowing and learning the names of Yahweh Shem Shai, studying those names, all right, engraving it in your membrane, all right, because those are going to be the names that will deliver you when that time comes, when this great hour of temptation comes. Because it's we're coming into some heavy times, man. We can't stress it enough. We're coming into some serious times, some very dangerous times, scary times we're coming in. All right, the scriptures talk about how even if the elect, concerning the elect, if it were possible, even they would be deceived. Even the elect wouldn't make it. All right, but the Lord is going to have a certain spirit out there, for his elect to be able to endure. All right, because again, just to show you how bad things are going to get, that even some of the elect, or actually when you read on, it says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. So you see, again, because that 10 days is not literally, it doesn't literally mean 10 days. And you could be locked up 10 days, but again, it's just another one of those numbers. It just represents completion. You're going to be locked up. You could be locked up for a complete amount of time. You could be in there a month, 2 months, whatever the case may be. All right, but it's going to be to a testament of your faith. All right. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days, but be thou faithful unto death. So you see, even some of the righteous, some of the elect are going to get martyred, are going to, end up getting martyred for this truth and getting martyred for Yahweh Shemel Shai. But what's to come concerning the elect? It says, and I will give thee a crown of life. So, again, if it comes to that point where, we get locked up and we're facing certain death, man, take it like a man, because concerning the elect, man, whoever gets martyred in this truth of the elect, man, they got a crown wait for them. That's it for them, man. They passed their test. They finished their course. And Lord's will, man, we'll see him again in the during the resurrection when Yahushua shows up to deliver his elect. All right, we'll see him again. We're going to meet them in the clouds, as the scriptures say. All right, but concerning these being locked up in these camps, man. All right, if some of the elect, if it's saying here, be faithful unto death, meaning again some of the elect are going to get put to death. How much more these unrighteous, these ungodly people, these wicked people? Because there's another part in Peter's that talks about even the righteous are scarcely going to be saved. How much more the ungodly? All right, because these again, man, I say it all the time. These people are in for a rude. They have no idea what the hell that the Yahweh Shemashah is about to bring on this earth, man. They have no idea. You know. So how much more these people? If the righteous are barely going to make it, they're the scarcely going to get saved. You know. But this is prophesied, man. Let me get this in Jeremiah 15. Some people are going to get locked up, man. Jeremiah 15 and 20, Jeremiah 15 and 2, it says, and it shall come to pass. Matter of fact, let me start at verse 1. Because again, like I mentioned earlier, people, a lot of people, man, like I quoted, they're gonna know that a prophet had been among them. All right, people are gonna find out that we're in fact we're not crazy. All right, we're not nut jobs, we're not conspiracy theorists. They're gonna find that out, and it's gonna be too late for a majority of these people. All right, because during that time when the Lord shuts His prophets up and this word is not going out there no more, people are gonna be looking for answers, and they're not gonna know where to go. All right, but by some chance, individuals do come across the prophets. All right, this is the message to those people. Jeremiah 15 and 1, it says, Then said Yahweh unto me, though Moses and Samuel stood before me, yet my mind could not be toward this people. Yeah, because the Lord, man, he's about to he's about to reject a lot of you people. The scriptures talk about how the Lord hides his face, because Jake has a very bad habit of seeking Yahweh Shem Shai, or seeking God, rather, when it's too late and they're already suffering and catching hell. Jake has a bad habit of praying to God when they're already catching hell. All right, but that's not gonna be so when all hell breaks loose, when it's all said and done. All right, the Lord's gonna hide His face. And again, to those people, man, this is the message to them. It says, My mind could not be toward this people. Cast them out of my sight and let them go forth. And it shall come to pass, if they say unto thee, Whither shall we go forth? Then thou shalt tell them. So this is going to be some of the message to some of these people. Thus saith Yahweh, such as are for death to death, and such as for the sword to the sword, and such as for the famine to the famine, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So you see, all right, because we again, been prophesying, a lot of people, man, they're going to end up dying in these wars. Once these civil wars and class wars start popping off, all right. Once World War III gets kicked off, all right, a lot of people are going to get drafted and sent over there, and that's pretty much going to be a one-way ticket. I was just telling an individual that the other day. They're going to have a World War III. There's going to be a draft. All right, a lot of these women are going to end up becoming widows. All right, because a lot of people are going to die once you get sent off to war, man. This time go around, once you get sent off to the Middle East, that's pretty much a one-way ticket. All right, so people are going to be dying in the wars, dying here in the streets of America. All right, these different clash wars. All right, the sword. Famine, once famine starts hitting, people are going to be dying of famine. And this is the message to these people. All right. But the latter part of that precept, it says, and such as are for the captivity to the captivity. So again, people are going to getting locked up, hauled off to these concentration camps, and they're going to end up dying in the concentration camps. That's part of the message to these people. All right. That's pretty much going to be a one-way heaven, a one-way ticket. Once for a lot of these people, once they get hauled off to these camps. All right, that's gonna be it for them. All right, because again, once you get into these camps, man, they're gonna be doing unthinkable things, man. They're gonna be fucking Jake up, and torturing and all type of stuff, man. Like I mentioned earlier, like when you read the history of Antiochus, all right, some of the torture tactics that he used and whatnot. Antiochus, if I'm not mistaken, in the Maccabees, all right, look into that, read into that. All right, that same spirit is back today. All right. So Jake, man, is in for one hell of a ride, man. These concentration camps, man, hey, man, it's not a far-fetched idea. This thing is about to be a reality. There's another precept. It's just been sitting on the back of my mind. Let me see if I can find it. I think it's Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter. Because again, a lot of people, man, they just bypass and just they don't give two shits about the word of Yahweh Shemel Shah, because again, starting with the apostles' notice, man, they've been saying preaching this thing for 20 years, 30 years, 35 years, man. It just seems like we've gone this whole time, and nothing's happened, or things might pick up, then eventually they might die down, and to those in the faith, man, it can be a little discouraging, but you got to hold fast to this faith, man. All right, because eventually we'll get to the point where the Lord's just gonna he ain't gonna be talking no more. He's just gonna be acting. All right, he's just gonna be throwing judgment out and pouring judgment out. You know, but Habakkuk 2, and I'll start at verse 1. It says, "I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And Yahweh answered and said unto me, Write the vision and make it plain upon the tables, that he may run that readeth it." And these, again, because these visions, man, well, let me read verse 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." So again, though this message has been preached for a long time, all right, for many years, and it seems like, things is, life as usual, business as usual, all right, going about your day to day, all right. And even, during that time, throughout these years, certain things might happen, and then it'll die down, you know. And again, it can be it can get a little discouraging, like last year, with the whole shutdown, after the shutdown last year, 2020, and things started opening back up. I know me personally, man, I got a little disappointed, man. I was like, damn, but hey, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shah, I'm still, teaching this word, Lord's will, I, continue to do so. But nevertheless, the point being that, all right, though it tarry, man, you just got to sit back and wait, because eventually it will come to a point where this stuff, man, it's not going to die down, and it's not going to go away. It's not going to ease up. All right. Eventually, man, it will come to a point where it's live, And like I said this in the previous video, man, soon, man, it's going to be a real life action movie, and we're going to be in it. We're going to be living it. All right. So these prophecies, man, more and more, they're going to start coming off these pages, man. They're going to start speaking more and more. All right. So yeah, man, just more. Hey, more things you can expect, man. These concerning these concentration camps, these FEMA camps. All right. That's prophesied in the scriptures. All right, and very soon, man, it's going to be a reality. So with that, man, hopefully this was edifying. And once again, I'm going to give all credit to Yahweh Shemel Shai for putting a spirit on me to do this video. And double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. And until next time, Lord's will, I say shalom.